What's going on, guys? This is XQ420 here. I'd like to welcome everybody back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. First time here, don't hesitate. There's still time. Hit that subscribe button for me. You won't regret it. We keep things right. We keep them tight. We keep the toaster on us without a shadow of a doubt. Today's video, bud. We got Joe Biden out here. And the man's doing a whole lot of executive actions, okay? I mean, it's almost dictator-like. That's all I'm saying, okay? Folks was screaming about fascism and about dictators, and this dude has came right up in there and just did more executive orders in a week than some folks are doing in the whole full term. If they go 8 terms. That may not be true, but probably not within that time. But look, he's getting executive happy, and I don't know if he's actually making these orders or if somebody's writing them down on a sheet of paper and sliding it to him. You know what I'm saying? Seen on one video where he said, "I don't even know what I'm signing." It's like, dude, it's like, man, we picked the guy who was we picked the guy who was about brain dead as the president. And when I say we, not me, but I got to be careful what I say about the voting machines. Some machines and some 4 a.m. ballot drops pick the president. That's damn near brain dead, okay? And is obviously being used by folks. That's just all there is to it, okay? So, my man right here, now you got to remember this. He says, we need consensus and dictators rule by executive orders. Well, I'm glad you said that, Biden. Mr. Dictator yourself. Because you've already signed 37. You might have signed a few more as of this recording. It might be up about 40 by now. But I'm right here on NBC's full list, the full list of Biden's executive actions so far. And it's a lengthy list, without a shadow of a doubt. But I'll just read through a few, and if I see one that I'm like, okay, I'll jump into it. But memorandum freezing approval of rules passed in the final days of Trump presidency. Man, that's just like anything he put out there last day. Said nope, freeze that thing. We gotta look over it. Executive order rejoining the Paris Agreement on climate change, and I got a whole nother video about that thing coming out for you as well. We're gonna talk about that. The change is a brewing somewhere. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's snowing here. It's winter and it's snowing. So, I mean, what do you know? It ain't 1,000 degrees today. But, but executive order to promote racial equity. Bo, I'm done with the racial equity stuff. Get off your rear and make something happen for yourself, okay? I mean, dang, bud. Marginalized and adversely affected by persistent poverty and inequality. Well, dang, Bo, you putting them in impoverished states if they sit there on the welfare system. That's the government. Bo, black and brown folks, if you're having a tough time and you're just living off what the government gives you, Bo, you ain't gonna make it out of the situation you're in. Have you not figured that out? I mean, dang, bud. And that goes for white folk too. If you're doing the same thing and you're looking to make something of yourself, you're not gonna make anything of yourself, alright? You got to go out and get it done. Because somebody's just going to give you the bare minimum, just enough to keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their price. All right? Bribery. They bribing you to stay at the bottom of the food barrel. And folks are just there accepting the bribe. They say, oh, I have no problem with the bribe. So, there's a proclamation in the ban on U.S. entry from majority Muslim countries. And that's something that Obama had put in with those Muslim countries they were looking to ban, but whatever. All right, they're trying to keep out the terrorism, you know what I'm saying? Even though, yeah, 9/11 was a little shady, let's say that. Executive order requiring mask wearing on federal property. Made a video on that. He broke that first day. About first 2-3 hours. Man at the Lincoln Memorial, no mask. Whole family, no mask. And I'm pretty sure it was a super spreader event. I mean, I'm pretty positive. I mean, you can't sit there and tell me those folks hugging each other won't super spread. All right, I don't believe you. So executive order coordinating the government-wide COVID-19 response. Nothing. The COOF response. The virus that shall not be named response, which is actually SARS-CoV-2. It's not COVID-19 is the disease. SARS-CoV-2 is the virus. So whatever. Executive order revising immigration enforcement policy. So yep, let's let some more illegals in. I mean, I mean, let's go. Let's let some more legals in it. No problem. Let's see. Executive order undoing regulatory restriction on federal agencies. That's a bunch of nothing. Executive order incorporating undocumented immigrants into census. Now, hey, that could be a big one right there. If they're incorporating undocumented immigrants into census, that can actually change how many house seats. Is that right? Yeah, house seats that a state has and stuff like that. How many electoral votes and all that stuff. If they start adding them into the census and maybe give them a bump out there, before you know it, Bo, California, they be done. They have 200 electoral votes, man. You just win California, about win the whole thing. It won't be stupid like that, but that's what they're using that for. They want to know how many folk in there are the undocumented, so we can go ahead and we can bump up some seats. Maybe we can fill the house. Executive order on killing jobs, refocusing on climate crisis and canceling Keystone XL permits. So yep, killing jobs. And that's an executive order on killing jobs and on making sure that energy prices are higher for all. All right, thank you for that. That's what we needed, Joe Biden. We, folks ain't just been losing their job left and right. We ain't worried about that. Dang, Bo. But the unemployment claims have been out the wazoo for 10 straight months, and one of your first executive orders is to kill jobs. I'm trying to figure it out. Executive order banning discrimination on the basis of gender identity or sexual orientation. Bo, boy, the damn gender discrimination, Bo. Man, there ain't no signs up said no gays allowed, man. Ain't no signs up says no transgender allowed. It just ain't up, man. Ain't no signs up that says no aliens allowed, all right? It just ain't, but I ain't seen them. Maybe they somewhere. And if it is, oh well, but it's their business, man. What you want me to do, man? It's private property. I don't know what to tell you. Memorandum revamping regulatory review. Man, they ain't even saying nothing. Modernizing and improve. Yeah, that ain't nothing. Executive order mandating ethics pledge for government appointees. I don't know nobody cares about that. Pulling funds from the border walls, also killing jobs. People are out there working on that border wall. So termination of jobs, terminate the construction and funding of the wall at the U.S. southern border, allowing more illegals to come into the country. Let me know. Maybe they might take your job. Maybe they might take your benefits. I'm just letting you know. Executive order pausing federal student loans. But these student loans and stuff are going to come due. All right. Bo, if somebody ain't got the money now, in a year they still won't have the money. They ain't got no job. You see what I'm saying? You can pause that thing forever, and they'll wake up, and the debt will still be there. But we on crack cocaine. But memorandum reinstating deferred enforced departure for Liberians. Okay. Memorandum strengthening deferred action for childhood arrivals. All right. Nothing. Let's see, proposing COVID, the virus that shall not be named, safety in domestic and international travel. 19, data driven, 19. Bo! Hold on, supporting states' use of National Guard in the COVID response. Bo, I don't need no military helping me with no COVID response. What are you going to send the military out for? And I think it's kind of weird that he's keeping 7,000 National Guard up there until March. Why are you keeping so many military people around? But that's what dictators do. Dictators come in with the military, okay? That's what they do. I'm just letting you know. It's kind of weird. Strengthen public health supply chain. But you can't, some of this stuff you can't do because folks ain't working. You know why? Because you gave them 52 weeks, or however many weeks, I think it was like 50 or 52, something like that, of unemployment just because you're scared of the coof, okay? Man, remember that. Dang, man. See, executive order establishing CV-19 health equity tax. Oh, my goodness. This ain't nothing. Reopen continue operation school. Oh, look, but the teachers don't want to go back to school, okay? They made that thing loud and clear. Man, anything involving the school, they're like, nah, bud, I ain't looking to go back to school. Mess with them badass kids. I want to stay at home and get paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to never see a kid again. And that's not all the teachers, so calm down. Not all y'all teachers. I know some of y'all want to go back to school. Well, I want you to go back to school. I want everybody to go back to work, actually, so stop looking at CNN and MSNBC all day and ABC and sitting there plucking their eyebrows out, plucking their eyes out. Just, the cases, the deaths. It's like, calm down, bud. Dang, just all over the top. Okay, some workplace safety. Man, it's just a bunch of convid nonsense, Bo. Coof nonsense right there. Let's see what we got here. Expanding food assistance programs. So, looks like they get a bump up in SNAP, so they get to eat up some extra groceries around that joint. Okay, you know why they did that? You know why they did that? It's because they destroying your dollar with all this fake money they putting into the market. Because groceries are going up out the wazoo, Bo. That's why I say get people back to work, man. Dang, man. Let's see. Assisting veterans with debt. Okay, that's fair enough. Executive order guaranteeing unemployment insurance. But yeah, here we go. That's the one I was talking about. And this is the one that is deadly to the nation. Biden has requested the Department of Labor consider clarifying its rules to establish that workers have a federally guaranteed right to refuse employment that would jeopardize their health, and that workers who do so will still qualify for unemployment insurance. That is detrimental to us recovering, dude, because there's too many lazy sons of bitches out there that won't get off their ass and do anything, and they are eating this up, and it makes me sick, man. Dang, bud. I want somebody to go do something. All these handouts. Stuff is atrocious, bud. Flat out atrocity. Socialism. Folks are clamoring for it too. They're like, oh man, well, yeah, I need to be getting me a guaranteed check every month. Yeah, it's called going out and going to work. That's your guaranteed check. Damn, make something of yourself, you piece of. Oh boy. Let's see. Establishing benefit delivery teams. Okay. Distribution of federal aid. But y'all, man, they can't do that. But they can't even get the stuff in the right account. Man, I hope they ain't depending on the IRS. Man, they pitiful with that. So executive order facilitating delivery of stimulus payments, nothing, because they can't guarantee that. COVID-19 economic relief, Bo, nothing, Bo. Empowering federal workers and contractors. Yeah, okay, that's right. Raising the minimum wage for federal government employees to $15 an hour. Yeah, I mean he ain't gonna be. You won't be able to do that across the whole nation. That's why. That's why you got to watch some of these folks when they be saying, "Oh yeah, we need to be $15 an hour," but he ain't talking. Man, if it did $15 an hour across the whole nation, bud, about about half of the small business will have to go in the hole, bud. They'd be like, no, or either that or they just put kiosk up and said I can't do it. Executive order of person transgender military ban. I don't know, man, because here's the problem: is that folks be using the military to get their transgender surgery paid for. That's a whole, bud. And plus, man, a whole lot of times, man, those folk got issues. All right, they got some issues, bud. Hormonal issues and all that. Man, when when we going out into battle, okay, on the battlefield, man, I don't need you to be having a hormonal breakdown beside me. I need you to know that you got my six, bruh. All right, or sister, or whatever you want to be at the moment. I don't need you to be over there worrying about did you take your hormone pills this morning, man? Go on with that nonsense. So travel restrictions for the convid, whatever. Let's see. Buy American agenda. Bo, we got to make something first before we buy American. Dang, Bo. We ain't talking about buy American. I mean, but we got to make something. I mean, what do we make besides debt? We good at doing that. We can buy plenty of debt. There ain't no doubt about that. So evaluation of Trump's housing policy. Any reliance on private prisons. Okay. Let's see. Reaffirming commitment to tribal sovereignty, which he was trying to knock that in the head. I think with that pipeline shutdown, they I know one of the the Ute tribe or whatever, they were PO'd about it. But I think he made it where they could still drill on their land, which I mean, if you're still gonna let them drill, then we just need to continue the pipeline. That's all I'm saying. Denouncing anti-Asian discrimination and xenophobia. Man, whatever, bud. Anti-Asian bad. Okay. I mean, I ain't remember nobody coming out and just saying, "Oh man, all Chinese folks are bad." Man, I ain't say that. I mean, I'm just telling you the stuff came from China. I'm telling you don't follow the Chinese model, which is communism. Oh look, climate change again, Bo. Whatever. Scientific integrity, that ain't gonna happen. Let's see. Presidential Council on Science Technology. Yeah, a bunch of science stuff. They don't know nothing about that. They talking crazy. Reinforces Medicaid and Affordable Care Act. Okay. Expanding access to reproductive health care. All right, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. Look, here's the one that I thought was crazy, and this is the one that was most recently done. Biden signs executive order to ban the term China virus. Chinese virus or China virus is now banned. Come on now. What do you mean it's banned? Where's it banned at? Does that mean that I shouldn't have just said that? Would that get me banned? I don't know. My video might get struck after that. I mean, I mean, there's potential, bud. And I guess that was part of his racism towards Asian Americans. But it ain't got nothing to do with racism because that's where the virus originated, man. I mean, that's what they're saying. It originated in Wuhan. Is Wuhan in China or not? Let me know. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Ain't nothing hate crime about it. The Wu flu, the COVID, the coof, the virus that shall not be named. You know what I'm saying? At least you have to pluck your eyes out. You know what I'm saying? But no, bud. We go. Somebody done conned him into signing this. And look at Kamala just looking over his shoulder like, oh yeah, I slid that one in there on him. I mean, that's what she look like she doing. Why he, why he reaching for his pen, or maybe putting it back in his pocket, or maybe he has no idea what he's doing. He's like, man, how'd I wake up this morning? Where am I at? They said, sign this paper, Joe. This is the papers you need to sign today. Oh, okay. Kamala just anxiously looking over his shoulder. I hope he actually signs his name. You know what I'm saying? And not the name of one of his grandkids. So look, in closing on this, Joe Biden can talk about all he wants about dictators ruled by executive orders. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't the way. We need some consensus. But Biden, you've done a ton of executive orders. And what it was saying is like, oh, well, we needed to undo some things that Trump did immediately. I was like, I mean, what'd he do? I mean, I don't get it. And then folks are going to sit there and come to me and talk about who's a dictator and who's not. When this dude just keeps signing executive orders. Got executive orders out the wazoo. I mean, and it was just like, well, you know, he's just trying to make the country better. Oh, okay. So whoever you prefer to be in there, whether they're a dictator or not, just because that's your preference, makes them not a dictator. I got you. Ain't no problem. I know how you roll. So I want to know what y'all's thoughts are on these executive orders in the comment section below. Is there one that I skimmed over that maybe was more of a big deal? I ain't gonna lie, all the coof ones, man, I don't even care. That's just nothing but lip service, okay? Virtue signaling. Man, stop. I'm just, please. So, like I said, I want to know y'all's thoughts in the comment section below. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Click notification bell so you know when I post in the future. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.